issue. I'm going to start off with going through the product that comes through the kit. I'll try and give you a little bit of information on each product if you haven't had the opportunity to use it yet, or if your kit hasn't arrived yet. This would be probably very helpful to you. So what we're going to start off with, the thing that most people sign up for the kit for, is the Quick Chef. $83 value, but of course we get the kit for $110. So I mean, this is the best bang for your buck. Obviously, this is the Quick Chef. I believe there's a date me card in the pink box that comes with your kit that gives you some nice recipes. I think the ice cream recipe, and I'm not sure what else, but it will give you some recipes that you can try out. Salsa recipe, I think, at your parties. I'm just going to tilt my camera down a bit. So the Quick Chef, it's for quick and easy chopping and mixing. So the blades are stainless steel, and they're proportioned positioned to chop fruit. You can chop meat in it. I've done like salami sausage in my Quick Chef for pizza buns. It's got an ergonomic handle. It's very easy to turn. Now, to get it started, you don't want to fill the Quick Chef too full, or it's hard to get the blade moving. So I usually fill it about half to 3/4 full. And then I get, sometimes you have to rock it back and forth to get it going. I don't have anything prepared to do in here. I should have done that, I guess. But anyways, when you turn it to the right, the blades are on the right, so when you turn it clockwise, it'll chop your foods. And when you turn it counterclockwise, it'll mix. So there's only blades on, it's only sharp on one side of the blade. So that's an awesome feature. The funnel feature on it is great too. I've never tried the mayo recipe that they talk about, but anyways, apparently there's a good mayonnaise recipe on the Salesforce website. But this funnel is to dump your liquids into. Say if you wanted to add oil or something liquid, vinegar, into your recipe, you could dump it right in here, and you wouldn't, without having to take the lid off. Quick Chef also comes with a whipper blade, which I honestly don't use that often. When I'm making cream cheese dips, I like to stick with the blade itself. It seems to cut the cream cheese up nicer, but it's nice for puddings and stuff, I guess. And then it also comes with this little basket for drying your herbs and, smaller fruits like strawberries and stuff if you want to rinse them dry. And it also comes with a lid. So when you're done making that awesome cream cheese dip or salsa or whatever it is you're making, you can snap the lid right on it and then just store it in the fridge. Chocolate mousse sounds delicious, Barb. Do you use the chocolate indulgence mix from Tupperware? I've never tried it. The recipe that I'm doing tonight on the cooking webinar calls for it, but I didn't have it on hand, but it sounds delicious. So that's the Quick Chef. The main reason why most people sign up for the kit. Fridge Smarts is another reason. I love my Fridge Smarts. They prevent household waste. They say that the Fridge Smarts can save you an average of $800 a year on produce. Sorry, I'm kind of reading the chat here too. Maybe I'll let Kendra man the chat. Save you about $800 a year, and these do work. If you're new and haven't tried them yet, you need to try them. Strawberries will last in here for 7 to 10 days, and you know how quickly they can go moldy in that clamshell. Anyways, so the containers are vented, so they extend the life of the produce, thus encourage healthy eating for the family too. So the benefit of the vent is it controls the amount of air circulation that is needed to keep the foods fresher for longer. It's got a permanent storage chart on the side here, so this isn't going to come off. It's somehow ingrained into the container itself. I don't know how they did it, but anyways. So what you want to do is, say if you're wanting to put strawberries in here, you'll see on here that the strawberry, we maybe can't see it. The vent that you want it on is the circle that's completely covered in. So you just slide this vent on top to the circle that's filled in on the top. I don't know if you can see it, and then that'll be the proper venting for your strawberries. Things with like vents can be stored in the same containers. So for instance, grapes and strawberries have the same kind of vent on them, so you could store them in the same container. One thing that I learned too was if your container is not full, like if you've got only say like a quarter filled with strawberries, the best thing to do is to transfer them over into a container, a Fridge Smart that they fit in. So you would go into the small Fridge Smart. They work the best and most effectively when the container should be full. I learned that at a training session. I think it was Spring Fling I learned that at. Anyways, Freezer Mates, also an awesome product. They eliminate the clutter and the waste of freezer bags in your freezer. Now, those of you that have signed up in the last couple months will likely notice that you've got green lids on your Freezer Mates. Tupperware has redesigned the lids because the purple ones weren't fitting the greatest, or they were popping off. I'm not sure what it was, but anyways, they've redesigned the lids to make them work better. So that's good. Tupperware listen. It's nice to know that they listen to us and want to make their product better than it already is. So each of the Freezer Mates containers have rounded corners, and the recessed bottom allows maximum airflow around the containers. So that enables more efficient freezing and thawing. So they're flexible. So that means the removal of frozen foods is easy to get out of here. Next is the microwave breakfast maker. This is an awesome tool for making eggs in the microwave. I've also seen a French toast recipe. I've never tried it myself, but it's supposed to be great. I think there's tons of recipes on, I think it's top of the line. I don't know if that's where I found my breakfast maker recipes, but there's also a few on the info that comes with the breakfast maker. It's easy for microwaves to efficiently reach food for even cooking because it's this special shape promotes even cooking. Something I didn't know, that the cooking instructions are engraved on the inside, so there's no need to worry about losing the instructions for making your eggs. I had somebody ask me the other day if they could do rice in this. I don't know if you could or not. Oh, Leslie, you are doing the French toast. That's right. Awesome. I can't wait to see that. So somebody asked me about doing rice in here, and honestly, I'm not sure if you could do rice in here, but I think I'm going to try it and see. It seems like something you should be able to do in the breakfast maker. What's next? The spatula. I forgot this one last week. It's got one squared corner and one rounded corner, so the rounded corner is great for scooping out the inside of the bowls. One thing that I found out tonight is the flat edge works good for leveling off. If you want to level off your flour or sugar or whatever when you're baking, that works great for that. And it's specially designed to perfectly fit Tupperware bowls. It's got an extra long handle, and the silicone will stand up to the heat of pots and pans. I'm not sure what the temperature is that it'll stand. Oh, it says it's heat resistant up to 400 Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Something else I learned about this not too long ago is this, the head of it pops off, slides off, and then you can use this handy dandy little thing like as an icing spreader or something like that. I don't make that many cakes, but if I did, this would be the tool I'd use. The measuring cups. Another awesome Tupperware tool. I just got to check on my time here. They're embossed, so the measurements won't fade. And something that I love, that I appreciated tonight, and I've heard people say it, but I thought, big deal. It's got a 2/3 cup measure and a 1/3 cup measure. Now, not All the sets have those, so that was nice to have that on hand. They've got the spouts on the side, so you can pour right or left-handed too as well. That's about it with those. I love my Tupperware measuring cups. Love them. Spice containers are great too. They're great for keeping your cupboards organized. And something else I've learned is that a large, I haven't tried it myself, but somebody told me that the large Epicure jars fit perfectly in this, and the small ones fit perfectly in the small jars. So love my spice containers. The Southwest Chipotle seasoning. I think this is the seasoning that's in the salsa on the Date Me card. This is kind of like it's got a Mexican Southwestern taste to it. It's delicious. I've had cream cheese dips made with this as well. The salsa dip, the recipe on the back is really delicious. One of my girls has made this at our Tupperware events before. And last but certainly not least, the can opener. The one thing that I hated when I first got my kit, because I did not know how to use it. And now this is one of my favorite tools. So I'm going to give you a little demo on how to use your Tupperware can opener. So you'll learn, you'll love it. You'll love it after you try it and figure out how to use it. So what you need to do, I'd say like this. So just open the legs up like that at the bottom. And then you want to put your can, the lip of your can, between these two circles. So, and then close your legs to lock it on. Close the legs of the can opener to lock it on. And then so the cutting wheel never comes into contact with the food, which is nice. So then it's got this unique opening system that doesn't leave sharp edges. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but and it's also right or left-handed, this can opener. So you just turn it until you hear it click. I don't know if you heard that. And then I go another couple. Yeah, there's another click. Sometimes there's more than one click. Okay, I think that's good. Excuse me, I just got to grab a drink of water. You heard the click? Good. Okay, so then to get the lid off, so it clicked, I had it click a couple times. So then to get it off, there's this little lip right at the top of the can opener. So you open the legs again, and you just set that on top, and then you close those legs around that lip, and you should be able to lift up your can like this, and then you just pop the lid off like that, and there are no sharp edges around that. Like I said, one of my favorite tools. Now all of the products to demonstrate in the kit, and Kendra's going to talk about this now. I'm done. Here I think I covered everything. There's a little black book in your pink box that came in your kit, and like I said, Kendra will show you this when she shows you the stuff that's in the pink box, but all of the stuff I just told you about the products in the kit is in this. So utilize this tool to help you. Also online on the my.tupperware.ca website, on the top right, I think it is, there's new consultant. There's a new consultant tab. Click on that. It'll take you to a bunch of very useful information too. And I think that's about it for me. I'll turn it over to Kendra to finish up.
Okay, hi guys. Shauna did an awesome job. Good job. So yeah, as Shauna said, in your kit, you're going to get your Getting Started guide. And this is your little black book that's going to give you lots of information that you're going to want to read to help you start building your business. So right in the beginning, as Shauna said, is going to tell you everything that's included in your kit. So you're going to want to make sure you read over that. And in your Tupperware kit, when it comes, you're going to get your pink box. So in the pink box, it's going to be your little black book. There's going to be your Date Me planner. Your Date Me planner is important for dating your parties, But it's also important for dating your everyday life. Like if you have appointments, if your kids have activities, you're going to want to put that all in here. Something you can do is to color code each activity. So say kids' activities can be blue or pink or whatever. Your Tupperware parties can be green. If you have appointments, put them in yellow. So whatever your color code is, so that when you flip it open, you know, I can't date a party on that day because the kids have soccer or something like that. So you want to make sure you utilize your Date Me planner, not only for Tupperware parties, but for your everyday life. Also in your little pink box, you're going to, of course, get your stack of catalogs, your brochures that are happening that particular month when you sign up, and you're going to get your order forms. Yes, and flyer end dates. Good point, Chantel. It's important to put that too, so that you know when things are happening. In your pink box, you're going to get your recruiting flyer, your Where Will the Party Take Me? So that's going to be for signing people up. You're going to get your party planning folders. So in here, you can put a couple catalogs, brochures, order forms to give to your host to help her plan the party. On the back of the folder, there's a guest list, things for the recipe, ingredients for the recipe that she's going to need. You can put that all in here, so your host, just give your hostess the tools that she's going to need to have a successful party. You're also going to get your Tupperware envelopes for sending things to people so that they know it's from Tupperware, and it's kind of makes it very important when they see where it's coming from. These are the Date Me cards that Shauna was talking about for the Quick Chef Pro. So just shows you how it goes together. There's some recipes for the ice cream, the salsa. So it's important. Those are some good recipes to start with when you first get your kit and you don't have anything else, any other Tupperware products. You have the Quick Chef, so it's a good thing to have the recipes to get started. As soon as you get your kit, you can have your first party. You don't need anything extra. Everything that comes in your kit, you're equipped to start selling Tupperware. You're going to get, your recruiting brochure. So in here, it shows you just the way you can make money by the more parties you have, how important it is to start partying, and the income that you can earn, and how it's important to grow your team and start adding people to your team, building your team. You can get the fundraising brochure. This is a fantastic fundraising brochure this time around. It's always fantastic, but I'm really loving this. I love how it's color coded, and there's just some awesome products in the fundraising brochure they're not in the normal catalog. Fundraising is a great way to build your business as well and get your name out there. And yeah, what else can we talk about? You're going to get some business cards. So you can fill them in write them in, or you can print off stickers or labels on your computer, and that's what I do, which is much easier than writing by hand. Not as personal, I guess, but I find it easier. So put your important information, your name, your phone number, your email. You're going to want to sign up and get a website. So it's important you put your website address on there too, so that your customers can go online and order that way as well. The apron. I love this apron. I love how it's easily adjustable. So you're just going to pull on the back strings. Lots of people that don't know this, that you can just adjust it by pulling on the strings and to make it fit properly. And I think I've covered everything. Of course, you're going to get your black bag, which I don't have here, which is important for taking everything to the party. It fits the entire kit in there. There's little pockets on the front, zippered pockets to stick your catalogs and your brochures into there. It's important, easy way to carry your stuff to your party. I think I've covered everything that comes in your pink box. And Shauna, did I forget anything? All right, so yeah, that's everything between what Shauna told you guys about all the products that come in your kit. And like I said, don't forget your pink boxes. There's a lot of important papers that you want to read, and the information is there to start your partying, start your business off as soon as your kit comes in.
So welcome to the cooking webinar. I'm just going to try and make my screen bigger here. For some reason I can't. Can you guys all see and hear me okay? My computer's acting up. There, I think we're good now. Okay, so welcome to the Sunday night cooking webinar. What we're going to show you tonight, we want to show you some gift ideas and treats for your November and December parties. And we've got some awesome things coming up tonight. I'm going to go first, and what I'm going to make is a great idea. This is the finished product. This is called Sand Art Brownie. I don't know how great you guys can see that, but anyways, this is a great teacher's gift. This was so easy to make. I felt really crafty after I made this, and I am not a crafty person. Anyway, so the one I'm going to do tonight is Sand Art Brownies. So I'll just show you how I put that together. So you use the spaghetti dispenser, which is on sale right now, is it still on sale now? I can't remember if it was on the last one or if it's on this one. I think it's on this one. Sorry, girls, my days are running together. My flyers are running together. So I think they're 2 for $15. I had somebody ordered 6 of these because she was using them for teacher's gift. I didn't ask her what she was going to put in them, but I must do that. So anyways, I'm going to do the Sand Art Brownie. So with that, we need 1 cup of flour. And you just assemble all the dry ingredients. You guys have probably seen this, the idea of this before. And then I just level it off with my spatula. So the flour goes on the bottom. This is so easy. And then I like to give it just a little tap to kind of flatten it out a bit. So that was 1 cup, and then it says 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons. I don't know where the 2 tablespoons comes from. I'm not a baker, so I don't know why they do that in a recipe. But anyways, we're going to do it because they called for it. I need to follow a recipe because I'm not a baker. So there's another 2 tablespoons of flour. And again, give it a little shake. Tap it down. And then brown sugar, 2/3 of a cup. Thank you, Tupperware, for making the 2/3 cup measurement. I love my Tupperware measuring cups. So 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And you plop that in. Sometimes I poke it down with the spatula a bit too. And then 2/3 of a cup, I believe, of the white sugar. I think it looks so pretty when it's assembled. My guys' teachers might get this gift. Yeah, and then the brown sugar, or the white sugar, I mean, and you just tap that down too. Now, I've never tried Tupperware's brownie recipe, but it does look delicious. And then it calls for chocolate dessert blend, which I don't have, so I'm going to substitute cocoa for that. Half a cup of cocoa, I look. This one I'm going to scoop out. One thing I did forget to talk about on the Kid Issue webinar was the importance of launch parties. Don't know how many new consultants we have on here, but the launch party is very important to get your business going. For my launch party, Crystal helped me with it, and I did my 1,100 sales that night. So it's very important. It gets your name out there. Lets people know that you're selling. Gives you a taste of what a Tupperware party should be like with your recruiter there with you. So the launch parties are very, very important. Half a cup cocoa. Like I said, it called for the chocolate dessert blend. Half a cup of that. So I just matched the cocoa to that. I know my mom's recipe calls for half a cup, so I figured it was pretty safe to put that amount in. And the next thing it calls for is half a cup of candy-coated chocolate, so Smarties or M&Ms. I forgot to root through the Halloween candy for that stuff, so we're just going to do all chocolate chips. Maybe this isn't why I'm a very good baker, because I wing it most of the time. So it calls for half a cup of candy-coated chocolate and then half a cup of chocolate chips. So since I don't have the Smarties right next to me, I'm going to do a full cup of chocolate chips in here. There's the chocolate chips. Doesn't that look cool? I don't know. Like I said, I feel pretty crafty making this creation. And then half a cup of chopped nuts. I chose walnuts because that's what I think belongs in a brownie. Okay, and here's half a cup of walnuts. And that's it for that. Voila, that's the dry ingredients. I got cocoa all over my recipe card here. But anyway, so then you put the lid on, and I actually meant to have this done. There's a recipe. So for the remaining wet ingredients that you put on, what I would do would just put a little tag on with what the baking instructions are and what else you need to add to it. So the remainder of the ingredients are 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2/3 cup canola oil, and 3 eggs. And then you preheat the oven to 350. Combine the wet ingredients with the dry. And then pour the batter into an 8x8 or 9x9 pan. I would try this in the smallest Ultra Pro. I love my Ultra Pro, so that's what I would bake it in, would be the smallest Ultra Pro. And then bake for 40 or 50 minutes until the toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. And like I said, I would put a little tag on the side with the remainder of the baking instructions. Another great recipe that you could try in here for a gift is tortilla soup mix in a jar. I'll post that on top of the line too as well, along with this recipe. Yeah, you might be able to cook this in the stack cooker, Amber. I never even thought of that. Good idea. And I think that's it. So this is the finished product. Isn't that nice? I don't know. I love that. I think that's a great idea for a gift. That's it for my presentation. We are going to go over to Sarah now, who's going to show us how to make hash browns with the Mando Chef. And cheap, Lindsay. You're right. So we'll let Sarah have a chance to log on.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I'm going to be doing a presentation with the mandolin here, which is amazing. You can get your hash browns, your fries, you can make thin potatoes for chips for all your gatherings. If you're doing cheese and meat trays and everything when you have all your company. Another thing I do is my luncheon meat. I buy the bricks of it when I do kids' lunches company over, and we like it thin, so I'm going to slice it thin, as well as when I'm storing my meat and my meat slices, I have another cheese keeper that I use to keep this in, so you don't have to find a specific container that's meant to, it'll hold your whole tube of meat. Anyways, what I've got here is, right now, I just have my meat on my mandolin. And one thing about it is you want a continual stroke. If you're going to hesitate That's where it's going to get stuck. You want to do nice, even slices, and you'll get your thin meat. You kids love it really, really thin. If you're doing it for your crackers, you can have it a bit thicker. There's many different settings you can have, which also comes with your mandolin. All your information, your papers, your books, and all that have all your different settings as to how you do it. So you can pop pieces out. So you can do crinkle fries, you can do regular fries, you can do chips, we can do lots of different stuff. So I'm going to set this to 3 for thickness, and I'm going to do my blades here that I have. So you can do your fries with these. Be very careful, they're sharp. You can do a lower one. Right now I have it locked, and it's just like almost a patty type. Take my meat out. So you're putting your potato on, you're just going to stick it on and then push down so you've got it locked in here, because in this you have, can you see, there are posts in here that will anchor your potato in. So we're going to anchor it in. So there is how we got it. Give me a second here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we put it down. So this is where you want your nice fast stroke. And then when you come up, you're going to turn it to a 90-degree angle and go down again. So then come up and down. So then, of course, I'm just starting my potatoes, so I do have some small chunks here, so they're not as easy to see. But what you're going to end up with is your... I know the camera's really bad. It's not a smartphone. I live in the middle of nowhere, and our high-speed internet isn't that great. So there's the one. We can do the different settings to do crinkle fries. So then that's where you would pull up your blades for your setting. And what you would do there is you want to go down all the way, and you're going to come up through your blades. And this is where, because I'm showing you, I'm hesitating a little bit, so it's not coming through as nicely. So then we can get our crinkle fries in that here. I do have some that I did start. So we've got crinkle fries here. When you change from your rigid blade to your smooth one again, you can make just your regular fries, as well as when you do these blades up, you do a rotation in that again for hash browns. So we're going to go down, not quite to our blade, and then up, and then turn it again, and then go through our blades to get our small hash browns. And then another thing is when you get these products, we do get our sheets that come in them. And I do put all mine in a binder, so my binder has all my sheets from all my products as well as all my recipes. So you can do your onion rings, and it gives you step-by-step directions on how to do it, all the different ways that they have it. So again, my suggestion is go through all the paperwork you get and all the booklets that come with your products, because they have great directions, instructions, recipes, and that as well. I'm sorry again for the quality, like I said. middle of nowhere, high-speed internet isn't always the greatest. And that is all I have for tonight.
Yeah, I'm here. Can everybody hear me and see me? I'm in the middle of nowhere too, so it could be glitchy for me as well, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to make no-bake cookies. So what we're going to start with is a cup of peanut butter, and I'm almost out of peanut butter, so I'm just going to put, not going to measure, I'm just going to do an approximation. Again, loving the spatula. You can get right in there and clean it out. You might notice my peanut butter is not real peanut butter because we have an allergy in my family, but it works just fine for this recipe. So I'm probably not going to get quite a cup like the recipe calls for, but we'll just say it's close enough. Go. And then it calls for 3/4 cup of honey. Just going to put that into the stack cooker as well. I love melting things in my stack cooker. It's just fantastic. I think this recipe as well probably is for the stovetop, but why bother with the stovetop when you can do it in your stack cooker and it's gonna come out way nicer. And you can just throw it into the dishwasher at the end. You don't have to be scrubbing it. It's fantastic for these sticky ingredients. So now I'm just going to throw this into the microwave for about a minute, but I'm going to turn my microwave down to about 70% just so I have a little bit more control over it. So we're just going to wait for that to melt. And get my other ingredients ready to go. As Shauna was saying in the kit webinar, how awesome the measuring cups are. For this recipe, I'm going to use 2 1/4 cup of oats. So I'm just going to get it, kind of start getting it ready while I wait for the other ingredients to melt. The last ingredient, yeah, they'll be on top of the line webinar album, but it was coconut oil, 1/2 cup of coconut oil. I'm going to check it. This needs a little bit longer. It's not quite melted the way I would like it, so I'm just going to wait for another couple seconds. Something that I forgot to mention when I was talking about the things in your pink book, something I forgot to mention that's in your little black book is your, there is product warranty information. So that's another important thing for if you need to, and it explains to you what can be warranted and the process to follow to warranty stuff. So that's important, something that I forgot to mention when I was explaining things. There, that. The peanut butter is just a little bit soft, so it's just perfect. It doesn't need to be melted into a liquid or anything like that. So I'm just going to kind of stir it just to mix things around. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So again, love the measuring spoons as well because I've had my vanilla poured in here sitting on the counter and I didn't have to worry about it getting knocked over or spilling all over the place. So I'm just going to put 1 more teaspoon. Just going to mix that in. Then it's 2 1/4 cups of oats. Put that in. Mix it up. And that calls for 6 tablespoons of cocoa. Just going to sprinkle those. I like to kind of shake it around just so it kind of covers the oatmeal a little bit better than having to stir it all. I'm just going to mix it all together. You can just see it just covered the oatmeal up with your wet ingredients. It's nice and uniform. And then just have a cookie sheet, and I have the Wonder Mat, which I'm loving for lots of different reasons. And then I'm just going to drop by teaspoons onto the Wonder Mat and fill it up and put it in the fridge. And then I just, once they're done, they come off the Wonder Mat so easily. And it's a really easy cleanup. It doesn't stick. It's awesome. And then I've just had some that I made earlier today in the fridge, and so that they just look like that when they're done. And they're really tasty and easy. Like, it's just a few minutes, and you have cookies for company stops in at short notice. You can whip something up quick to go with coffee. My kids want cookies. I could quickly make it up and don't have to wait. Not heating up the oven, not heating up the house in the summertime. So it's really quick and easy and a simple recipe. So that's it. So I'm not sure who's next.
Yes, okay. I have my screen tilted down, so I won't be able to see what's being typed. But anyways, hello. I was trying to find a place in my kitchen. I was telling Shauna earlier that show the least amount of mess, but I couldn't really find a good camera angle, so you're just going to have to look at the mess behind me, or kind of look at it. Anyways, today we're making Oreo cookie fudge. I've done this the past 2 Christmases. My sister-in-law and I get together in November and December. We cook up a bunch, and I use it for Christmas gifts. So we use, we take Christmas baking, I put in Tupperware containers, and that's what both my neighbors, some close friends, and some teachers get for Christmas. So it's a really simple recipe. You take 3 boxes. They're like 170 gram box of white baker's chocolate. So I have them broken up into pieces in my stack cooker, and I'm just going to stick this. Oh, and then you take a can of sweetened condensed milk, and everything is better with sweetened condensed milk. We're just going to put that over top. Now this is the type of can that it opens with one of those little pull tabs. I'm a little bit scared about using my spatula here. Let's get this done. And I'm just going to put this in the microwave and melt it. I'm going to try here, because I've actually never done this in the microwave yet. I'll try about 3 to 4 minutes on 50% power just to get this nice and melted. So I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to add the pinch of salt in just a second. Okay, so I added a pinch of salt. I love my little mini salt and pepper shaker. It's my favorite, one of my favorite pieces of Tupperware. So the next ingredient and the last ingredient for the fudge is Oreo cookies. So it calls for 2 cups of coarsely chopped Oreo cookies. And so you'll see here, I've broken up a bunch of Oreo cookies. I find that it chops better if they're broken in half, so that's just what I did. I love my Quick Chef Pro. The more I use it, the more I love it, and then I use it more. It chops really, really well. The only thing I found that it hasn't chopped well actually is Smarties. When I was making some Blizzard, it seemed that I think that the coating on these Smarties is just too hard, and it actually wrecked my blade. So like Shauna said on the kit issue, turn to the right to chop, so we're just going to do that. We're going to do a bit more. Okay, it says coarsely chopped. I call this coarsely chopped. Look how lovely that is. Quick and easy. And so I'm just going to measure out. Be very careful with these blades. I have nicked myself on them a couple times. And I always like to save a bit extra to put on top. Okay. Go on the net. Okay. So I'm just going to check out my how it's going in the microwave. I'll be right back. So it's melting nicely. I'm just going to give it a stir and put it back in the microwave for about another minute or two. I love my stack cooker. I honestly use it mostly for baking and for melting. I don't love it for my ground beef, but I have my Chef Series cookware for that, so that's good. So I'm just going to put this back in for a quick minute. So one thing I like about these easy Christmas baking ideas is that you can use it for parties here in November and December, and sometimes it's hard to get people together at this time of year because people are busy with sports and with Christmas shopping, just everything, you know, Christmas busyness. So people might not be interested in going to a Tupperware party, but they might be interested in going to like a Christmas treat party where you can demonstrate, say, 5 or 6 different items. Everyone brings ingredients to share. Like let's say I would bring ingredients for the fudge. Somebody else brings ingredients for no-bake cookies. Somebody else brings ingredients for, I don't know, those marshmallow things that you coat in caramel sauce and Rice Krispies. And then everyone at the party gets to go home with probably 2 dozen items they can use for Christmas baking. So it's really, people are Christmas baking anyways, or lots of people do. So just a kind of cool thing to incorporate it into your Tupperware party. I'm going to check on the microwave. This is coming. Alright, so what I have here, so this is all melted, the chocolate and the sweetened condensed milk. So I'm just going to dump in my Oreo cookie, give it a stir.
Like my email address?
Sorry, what's that?
What?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again. I have. Okay. Am I good here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying is that I haven't yet tried it with the red or green Oreos. I was worried about it just looking like crap, but I might try it just to see. So I just have my snack store, snack store. I did line it with parchment paper, not because I was worried about it sticking, but just because it would be easy for me to lift out and then cut with my knife. This just goes in here, and it can chill for 3 hours. Or another thing we've done is I've taken those mini muffin cups, and put the scoop the Oreo fudge here into little individual muffin paper cups and put them in the fridge in the tins, and it's worked out lovely. They don't have to worry about cutting. They're already in their own little serving thing. So voila, Oreo fudge, 3 hours in the fridge to cool. Cut it up, and serve it for Christmas or whatever. So that is all. I didn't really see if there's any questions. Sorry. And I'll show you the finished product for real. And who doesn't love Oreos? And if you had too many Oreos, you could add 3 scoops of ice cream, a splash of milk, and make some Oreo blizzards. Okay? So here you go.
Chantal,
No problem.
were you going to share a bit on your moose job?
Sure,
We
do you want
can
me to do that now?
We can do it now or after.
Sure. I'll just tilt this up a bit so you can see me better. Yeah, Corey wanted me to share a little bit about going to the Moose Jaw Leadership Weekend last Saturday. And I didn't go for the whole weekend, but I was there for the Saturday training part, which was really great. And previous to joining the top of the line, I had been on part of a different organization before. And when I joined top of the line, it was a huge eye-opener to see how much was being shared, how much support was being offered to the consultants, how much the directors worked together, and how much the team members supported one another. And I just wanted to share with you guys how lucky we are to be part of Top of the Line and to be part of the greater organization, which is the #1 organization in North America. And I'm not just saying that because we have a plaque to prove it, and Cora has the plaque to prove it. So be at the weekend, it's not every day you get to sit in a room with three 5-star directors and having them share ideas. It is really fantastic. And when they have something to say, it's probably good to take notes because, they built their business. They obviously know what they're doing. We might not, take all their advice. Like Cheryl Smith says, take the best and leave the rest. But it's, definitely a good opportunity. And with my previous organization that I was with, we didn't have any access to that. There was no files on a Facebook page. There was no cooking webinars. There was no, there was a couple monthly events, but there was no product giveaways like there is on this organization. And so if you have an opportunity to attend a training event, if you have an opportunity to log into the webinar, watch the training video, listen to the recorded calls, because this is all free training that we're getting that's not necessarily available to other groups who are very lucky or very fortunate. Make sure you take advantage of them because the directors put a lot of work into making those videos, creating the list, planning the events, organizing the giveaways and the webinars. And so it's ours to use. And if you don't use it, there's not much point for the directors to be doing it. But the weekend was great. I learned a lot. If you have an opportunity to take part next year, I encourage you to, or to other, learning opportunities in your area because you can only benefit from going to them. So I hope that's enough. But yeah, it was lovely, and we're very lucky to have all these opportunities.
Thanks, Chantal, for sharing.
No problem.
And absolutely, you guys, take the opportunity to attend these events when you can. Most of the events are guest events, so make it your Tupperware party. Bring as many guests as you want. Just let your director know how many you're bringing till we have enough guests. And yeah, come and make it your Tupperware party. Or if you have some people that have been on the fence about signing up and, they don't know, bring them to these events. They'll see what it's all about. There's an event in Weyburn tomorrow at the Travel Lodge. We're putting on our a monthly event, and then Tuesday as well in Regina for Sarah Hughes' director celebration. So anybody in the area, try and make it out. It's worth it. So we're going to go to our last presenter, and that's going to be Candace, and she is going to show us how to make hand and foot scrubs.